Hello to you guys out there. Well. So, by the way, I just finished writing my top 11 worst games of 2025. And right now, I'm working on my top 11 best. Yeah, top 11 best. It's such a tricky task. And this is the first time I've ever done anything like this on YouTube. Yeah, definitely. I try to get my man's hours going, try to work my butt off just to get all this top 11 stuff prepared and all that. It's such a pain, man. It is such a pain. It's just looking back at a lot of the games you played, the ones you love from that year, the ones that you hate so much, with a passion. Yeah, I might show some gray hairs and all that, but that's the thing, guys. That is the thing. And pretty soon, I would love to announce something before we start the top 10. The big announcement is going to be the fact that I'm going to be making transitions. A new transition period for the show. That is right. And that means is that the old show is going to be dropping. Yeah. I'll be dropping the old show. Like, the old show will no longer exist. And now I'm going to be working more man hours like crazy. Just basically working my butt off. Yeah. I'm going to be on this computer working my butt off, working on the video concepts and all that. Because things are going to be changing, but it's going to be a big reset button. And some of the games I did play on the old show will still make an appearance, but all it is it's a brand new take. It is a brand new take on the show. It won't be like the old ways like it used to be. Even though the old ways were just meant for myself to build confidence being on camera. That's all it is it's just building the confidence of being able to be on camera and stuff like that. So I'm gonna move my tripod around. It's a blessing to have this tripod. It is a blessing. Yeah. You have to move things around like crazy to get the perfect shot. That's the downside. You gotta move things around. This is gonna be the first time I've ever used. Well, this is like, it's kind of like looking back at some of the old videos you made from the past. And the last time I took notes on the show, you know, the last time I took notes, if you guys were there from the Instagram days, you could already tell that the first time I've ever took notes was when I was doing the top Xbox 360 games of all time. Yeah, that is definitely the case. And the reasons why I did that back then was mostly because of the fact that, yes, I did have both the Xbox 360 and PS3 growing up. But I spent a lot of time on Xbox 360 than the PlayStation 3. That is totally the case. It's like the fact that the reasons why I enjoyed the Xbox 360 a little bit more is just because of the bulkier controller. Yeah, the controller doesn't give me much grip to hold on to today. It's that stupid battery pack that gets in the freaking way, I tell you. It is the battery pack. It is, man. It is the battery pack. It's like, here, when you have big fingers, it's hard to grip. It's hard to get a good grip these days. Not like get a grip. Get a good grip. Oh yeah, that is definitely the case, guys. Oh, memories. But let's throw it aside, guys. And let's get started. I'm going to checklist these games like I've always done with the Xbox 360 side. But I'm going to do it again so that I will be, let's all face it. Let's all face it. So that I could get myself on track. That's all it is getting myself on track. So let's start off with number 11. And that one is Arc Raiders. I can't believe it. Why on earth would anyone be addicted to Arc Raiders? Yeah, Arc Raiders. It's like someone doing drugs. Or kids just basically getting on the sugar. Like the Reese's Pieces or the Kit Kats or all this yummy candy or the cupcakes and all that. Because they're addicting. Well, Arc Raiders is one of those bad habits addiction type of games, in my opinion. Bad addictions. And yes, the game is addicting. Let's all face it, it is addicting, but it's still not that good. It's not that good to begin with. But yes, I gave it credit for being better than Battlefield 6. That is the only credit I gave Arc Raiders. Better than Battlefield 6. And don't worry, I'll touch on Battlefield 6 and go as hard as possible to slap on that Battlefield 6 as much as possible. And don't worry, I'll be slapping on the beta as well. But yeah, it is your looter-based shooter, by the way. That's what Arc Raiders is, as we get back on track. But when you die, you lose all your items. If you want to gain all your items back, you have to look for materials, guns, bullets, and all that. And the thing is to start off with little or carry a lot. When you get to whatever the safe house is, since this game takes place online, that's what it takes place. But if you find the safe house and get yourself in when you have items with you, you retrieve items, you unpack your stuff, you could A, create more weapons, create some bullets and all that, or B, just basically find a way to make money so that you can buy items and all that. Like your medications for your character and all that. Yeah, that's all it is it's trying to aim for the addicting factor of the game. And yeah, I just couldn't get myself into Arc Raiders. I just couldn't get myself invested. I'm kind of sorry, but it is true. I couldn't get myself invested. And if you're wondering about me with Fortnite, well, I couldn't get myself invested in Fortnite either. I'm sorry to say it, but those two popular games are not my cup of tea, man. I know Arc Raiders is gaining more and more popularity as of late, but it's never my cup of tea to begin with. It's never will be my cup of tea. And yes, I'm giving it the axe because it kind of deserved it. So yeah, this is something that many people will do. But if you wanted the opportunity for the game to be a little bit playable, I mean a little bit on the playable side, you need like 3 friends to be able to play with you. Yeah, you need 3 friends if you want to make this experience feel a little bit on the playable side. Much playable in that regards. Especially since the guns sucked. Yeah, the guns really, really sucked. Shooting robots? It's fine, but the problem is the fact that the guns reloads like crap. Yeah, the reloading for these weapons sucks butt, I tell you. That's what reloading is. Sucky. Very, very, very sucky. Sucky on the reloading. That's what Arc Raiders is. Yeah, it's just a grind. That's all it is. It's a grind. So, let's get on to the next list for the next game. And that's Mario Kart World. Oh my gosh! I can't believe it! Mario got thrown on the crap list? How could that happen? It's even a classic spin-off. And why on earth you see me throwing a classic spin-off on my worst list? Why? Am I even bold enough? Yes, I am. And I'm going to be bold enough right now. Right now is going to be the opportunity for me to be bold. But before I become extremely bold on the internet, let's first say that I love my Nintendo Switch 2. I love my Nintendo Switch 2 a lot. A lot more than my Switch 1. Like, I'll get to that when I do my top best games of 2025. But the Switch 2 controller, yeah, it feels kind of small in my hand. That's the downside, but the rumble motors felt better. My hands will definitely slip on a Pro controller. Definitely. But besides the point, yes, this video that is mostly about negative is also talking positive about the Nintendo Switch 2 console. And there's going to be a lot of it during the worst video, the top 11 worst games of 2025. So, the game that we're going to point that came with a lot of Nintendo Switch 2 consoles, and I mean a lot, but I would say pick up that bundle. Pick up that bundle before Nintendo will no longer sell the bundle. And yes, that bundle will disappear. But if you do buy the bundle, you'll be saving $30. But also, it's also on the worst list and the first of its kind to cost $80. Mario Kart World. Yes, Mario Kart World. There, I say it. I said it. I put Mario Kart World on my worst list. And if you saying, Tyler, why are you throwing Mario on the bad list? Why? Well, let me tell you why. 1. The game feels like a freaking drag. Yeah, it's a drag. It goes on and on and on. If you want to unlock stuff, it's gonna be a freaking pain. Definitely. Look for all those hidden block items. Well, not hidden block items, more like hidden block panels. Look for the P-switches. Gather as many coins as possible to unlock all the vehicles. Find all the different foods for each character so that they could get all the costumes. And then the one that kind of triggers and boils my bullcrap meter. The one that boils my bullcrap meter up to 11. And that one is, let's all face it, the Kameks. Oh yeah, you need Kamek for certain things. And also, the Kamek item could basically get the heck out of there. Yeah, it definitely needs to get the heck out of there. The reasons why? It's just because of the fact that it messes with your drifting, it messes with your jumps, and it just messes with your turns and all that. But when someone uses that Kamek, you transform into one of the NPC characters. And it's a random chance that you will unlock a character. So it's basically going gambling. It's like walking to a casino and hoping that you get something that you don't have. It's kind of like Disney Infinity's discs thing. The discs for Disney Infinity. That's all it is. And that one is a gamble too. But besides the point, guys, all this gambling stuff that is not really gambling, but in a Mario game, is not freaking okay. And I love the concept of a open world Mario Kart game, but open world does not work very well when you're just trying to play a Mario Kart game just to have fun. Yeah, playing a Mario Kart game just to have fun. But the game was focused on single player by the main course of the game. Yeah, which wasn't a thing in Mario Kart Past. Like in Mario Kart Past, it's mostly focused on multiplayer. But this one focuses primarily on the single player side this time around. And give players plenty to do for the single player side. Especially for the stupid open world and the unlocking process. But I was kind of nervous one time when it doesn't have 4-player split screen. But my worries did come to ease when it has 4-player split screen, but they barely put effort into the multiplayer side. The local or the online. They just barely. It's like local multiplayer is not that good. Not as good as, well, not as decent as the single player? No. Annoying as the single player? Yeah, single player is annoying. But the multiplayer kind of makes things kind of worse. That's kind of a bummer. Really a bummer, in my opinion. Like, don't get me wrong. I love the Mario Kart series, but my all-time favorite would always be Double Dash. But this one, I might put it as better than Super Mario Kart, at least. Better than Super Mario Kart, but not as good as the others. So that's why it's on my list. Number 9. The Nintendo Switch 2 game prices. Or the price point for Nintendo Switch 2 games. Okay. For a long time. For a long period of time, guys. If you guys were there from the beginning of the show, back when the show first started, back when I picked up, or let's say pre-ordered the PlayStation 5, or the time when some of y'all picked up a PlayStation 5, or an Xbox Series X, or Xbox Series S on launch day. The time when you guys watched the Instagram video when I showed off the Nintendo Switch 1, the PS5, and the Xbox Series S and X controllers. Back in those days, guys, it was a different ballgame. Games back then, I'm used to games costing $60. And that's what the standard game prices were, $60. But $70 games were a brand new thing back then. And I'm kind of used to the $70 price tag in games for years now. It was annoying at first, yeah, definitely, but at least today's wages are kind of making it to the point of the equivalent of what life is like paying for a $60 game when the price is actually $70. That is the reality, man. But besides the point, guys, back then, well, it was annoying paying for $70 games, but what makes things worse is when Nintendo said, instead of paying $70, you're paying $80 for certain games. And a lot of those games were just re-releases of old Nintendo Switch 1 games. One that became the very first $70 game on Switch 1 is now $80. Another one that costs $80, which the Switch 1 edition costs $60, is Kirby's Forgotten Land. And if you're wondering about more on that side, let's all face it, guys. Mario Kart World. And yes, I did mention Mario Kart World, but I kind of smacked on Nintendo very hard because they deserve to get smacked on a little bit. And they need to be aware that prices like that is not okay. It is not okay in this day of age. And if we wanted to pick on the prices of the Nintendo Switch 2 console, that is how we are going to roll. Should the Nintendo Switch 2 console cost $450? Answer, heck no. Heck no. That is a bad move from Nintendo. Like, they should have stuck with the $300 price tag. But for me, I paid $500. Reasons why? Just to save $30 on Mario Kart World. That's all it is. Mario Kart World. And it's only a digital copy. And yeah, that's why it's on my list. Next one. Terminator 2D No Fate. Do you love Terminator 2? I know, I never watched Terminator 2, but do you want a retelling of the story? If you do, this is for you. If you want something that is new and original, this is not for you. If you want addicting arcadey style gameplay, this is for you. If you love this token that I got for the game, well, this is for you. But besides the point, the game does feel short. It does feel short at times. And you barely play as Arnold's character. That is a total shame. There's only one or two sections where you play as the Terminator himself. But most of the game focuses on the Connors family. Yeah, I noticed it. I noticed that it's based on the Terminator 2 movie. That's what it's based off of, basically, but it doesn't mean that I'm okay with it. I wish I could get more time to play as the Terminator himself. That's my biggest wish. Instead of playing just members of the Connors family. But yeah, it just gets ridiculous at times. But anyways, let's move on to 7. Number 7, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. Okay. So, Assassin's Creed Shadows on Nintendo Switch 2 is not a good port. It's not a good port. Playing it on PS5 would never ever be on my good list either. But it passes far away from the worst games, but never passes on the best. It's kind of on the mid side. That's all it is. It's on the mid side. That is the thing, guys. It's on the mid. So yeah. I know that Assassin's Creed Shadows is available on the... It's available on the PS5 or the Xbox Series S and X or PC. But besides the point, guys, well, I would say if you are hungry for Assassin's Creed Shadows, avoid the Nintendo Switch 2 port as much as possible. Avoid it as much as possible. Wait until you get it on your PlayStation 5 or your Xbox Series S and X or PC. Thank goodness I have it on both, but I'm just there to tell you what to pick up and what not to pick up. That's all it is. But yes, the Switch 2 port just has frame rate issues. That's all. Number 6, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection PC Edition. Oh my word. Playing on console? You're gonna have a good time. Playing the Mortal Kombat collection on consoles would definitely benefit you without a doubt. Yeah, it would benefit you. It would be one of the best things you've ever done in your life. It'll be something that you would invite more people over to play on your big 65-inch television. That is the thing. Playing it on your 65-inch television, or how big is your television? Oh yeah, or anything like that. It's fine. And the game runs well on the Switch 2. I'm surprised on how well the game runs on Switch 2. Now, and according to a friend of mine, it felt like the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection did run well on PS5 or Xbox Series S and X, and I've heard that it ran well on Xbox One or PS4. But with powerful hardware, why the frick did they screw it up on PC? Oh my gosh. So, let me tell you the story. So, I have to do a little bit of monkeying around. Oh yeah, I had to do a lot of monkeying around. That's all I had to do. There were a lot of corrupted files on the PC version itself, where I had to fix a lot of filings on my PC. Especially since the game does not like my PC. And my PC is on the Ryzen 9. It's the Ryzen 9, but the game itself is buggy and messy on PC. It is very, very, very messy on PC. And I'll just believe me on how messy the game is on PC. Like, I have a really good PC, but Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection is not good on PC at all. Not good. Just has a bunch of file issues and all that. Or oftentimes the game will glitch and show off all the different character portfolios, all the files for the animations and all that. It's basically showing off some development stuff. That's all it is. And that's not good. Number 6. Well, we got through 6. We got 5. 5 is Kronos. How would I say it? Well, it's made with the Nintendo Switch 2 in mind. That's all it is. It's made with the Nintendo Switch 2 in mind. Despite being made with the Nintendo Switch 2 in mind, but I picked it up on the PlayStation 5. Yeah. Bullets and punching and kicking does not do jack. It doesn't do jack as much. It's like they forgot to fix the gosh dang game. Yeah, I just said it. The game has issues with its hit detections at times. And yes, it's a survival horror game, but they screwed up their survival horror game that was meant for the Nintendo Switch 2 in mind. And what made it worse is that when you play it on PS5, which is the version that I actually played it on with a couple buddies from the other YouTube channel, the BTV crew, it turns out that the game runs like dog crap. Well, actually, it doesn't run on dog crap, but it just... the fighting feels like dog crap. That's all it is the fact that the game feels like dog crap. And I'm just settling it as simple as that. That is right. Simple as that. That's why it's on the list. And now we're getting into crap territory. Even bigger crap territory. Mind's Eye. Oh boy. So, anyways, guys, I've heard how bad Mind's Eye is. I actually did heard how bad the game Mind's Eye ended up being. And it's not as bad as people make it out to be, but it's still not good, but it still qualifies on the bad list of 2025. It still qualifies for the bad list. And that is the thing, guys. That is the thing. So, by the way, I played it on the Xbox Series X. And there's a lot of physics that the game struggles with. And oftentimes the character feels stiff. The gunplay is very stiff. The game pretends that it's an open world, but it's not really an open world. It's a linear game that tries to trick the player into thinking that it's an open world game. That's what Mind's Eye is. And heck, it's made by the old creators of Grand Theft Auto. And I can't believe they screwed that one up. It's like the fact that they made Grand Theft Auto 5. They made flippin' Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Xbox 360, the Xbox 360, and the PlayStation, and the PlayStation 3. Those are the original platforms for Grand Theft Auto 5, is on these two consoles here. But besides the point, guys, as I get on the bad side, when I get on the bad side, the thing is the fact that Mind's Eye is basically a bunch of ex-Rockstar devs who basically quit their jobs for no reason other than the fact that they want to reset all over again. They really want to reset and create a new company from scratch. And I say no reason just because of the fact that these guys made a buttload of money on Grand Theft Auto 5. And it's been 14 years as of 2026. Oh yeah, 14 years. And I cannot wait for Grand Theft Auto 6 to come out this fall. Fall of 2026. And it's about freaking time, man. It's about freaking time, I tell you. But Mind's Eye is also glitchy too, and has a sucky CPR section. That's what the game is, basically. So let's get to the next list. The latest Nintendo Switch update from February? Oh yeah, February. After we got the Nintendo Direct, we had 2 Nintendo Directs in February. One of them is just for the Switch 1. The other one is the announcement for the Switch 2. The one for the Switch 1, thank goodness that we had a buttload of games, but the downside is the fact that they had this new, let's all face it. I'm going to show it off on my Nintendo Switch 2. It's the stupid game card system. That's all it is the stupid game card system. Yeah. That's the problem.
On target, go!
Wow! That's impressive.
Thank you. So shall we?
Oh, yeah! Got ya! Team Rocket, give me back my Pikachu!
Yeah, the game card thing. Yep. If you see this logo here, the virtual game cards, that kind of hurts the Nintendo Switch 1's identity. It hurts so bad. And why do I say it hurts? Where that cursor is, the virtual game cards, it's just for the fact that, let's all face it, it's just not allowing people to have as much flexibility like they did on Switch 1 in the past. Plus, Nintendo is planning on hurting the Switch 1 even more just to force people to pick up a Switch 2. Or it may look like it, or I don't know, but I could see it with the manipulation tactic that Nintendo has been doing as of late. And that game card thing, the cool concept is you could have people borrow games from the virtual game cards that you have. That's the upside. But the downside is the fact that you can't boot it up like with bang. Even if you install it, you don't have to just wait for the install, but you have to wait until you put the virtual card in. It's like you have cartridges, you have physical media for a reason. Do that instead, not this stupid logo. Yeah. And I'm chewing on Nintendo because they are on that bullcrap lane right now. The bullcrap lane for the stupid virtual game card bullcrap. I know I have a buttload of games, but there's no excuse to do stuff like that. No freaking excuse. Keep it the way it is from 2024. That would make things a lot simpler than this bullcrap. Heck, for anyone raising a family, Nintendo's making life a lot harder for family men and women. It's like Nintendo saying, screw your family. That's kind of the way Nintendo's been doing as of late. And I hate saying it, but it's gonna feel like it's true. It's like Nintendo doesn't care about your family. I know it's kind of a dark saying, but that's the thing. That's really the thing as of late. So, let's get on to the next list, shall we? Number 2, Battlefield 6. Finally! What I did say back when I basically talked a little bit about, back when I mentioned Arc Raiders being better than Battlefield 6, but Battlefield 6 sucked the big one. It sucked the big one. There were a lot of glitches and all that. Like I did show you a lot of glitches during my playthrough, or review of Battlefield 6. And yes, the game has a lot of glitches. There are some funny glitches, and there's some messier glitches, and there's oftentimes bad hitboxes. And yes, it did try to follow the old school Call of Duty formula, but it fails so dang hard on that Battlefront. You get it? Some Battlefront vibes? Yeah. That is right. And it even has a lot of the elements from the old school Call of Duties, but it just does things worse. It's to the point where you should play Black Ops 7 instead of Battlefield 6. That's all it is. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is better than Battlefield 6. And that's final. That is final. Then number 1, we're going to get to the stinkiest one. We're getting to the long-running trend. I mean the long-running trend that I did create a while back. And if you don't remember, then here's a free refresher. That's been an every year trend that never changed. The whole, and I'm going to say it, and some people don't like it, but I'm going to be saying it because I am a gamer by heart. The whole entire Xbox company. The whole entire Xbox division. What the heck's wrong with Xbox? Yeah, they did some bullcrap all for the last couple of years. Back when I did the 2023, they announced that they're going to shut down the Xbox store. At least they warned us that time. Yeah, definitely. But let's all face it, their design lab thing is just broken. It's just flat out broken. Like back then, I used to have the ability to be able to customize my controller and use my Xbox points. But now they want you to use your debit card so that Microsoft could rob your freaking money. Yeah, bad on Xbox, bad on the Microsoft side. And you know what's worse? Next year, well, when we enter 2024, they took away the Xbox 360 marketplace and ticked a lot of us off. They definitely tick a lot of us off. And I didn't put them on far on the bad list. I didn't because of some of the good things that were part of the Xbox brand. Especially since the Activision Blizzard accusations. And all that. Like the Activision Blizzard ones, I say that one did well. It did well. It's good marketing and all that. And I love that strategy. I really, really, really do love that strategy. But as we hit 2025, Microsoft's like not even warning us, but they didn't communicate. But they're like, you know what? For all you guys who basically sit back and relax and all that, we're going to tell them to go screw themselves, basically. Just that. By the way, this is an actual media remote for the Xbox Series S and X or Xbox One. But besides the point, Microsoft just basically screwed us over and say, you can't buy movies no more. With the movie library you have to suck it up, Buttercup. Because that's all you're going to get. By the way, thank you for watching our movies. Thank you for buying our movies on the Xbox Movie Store. They took that out. And now, the Battlefront on what I used to considered Xbox for years as my media box is no longer common. It's because they're trying hard to be the gaming box now. But at the same time, they are greedy as heck. And what's even more bullcrap is, let's all face it, the price hikes. Yes, Xbox Game Company and the frickin' price hikes. They did that crap not once, but twice. Sony did it once, but they made up the difference and had really good Black Fridays when they dropped their price. Microsoft just skips it up and just say, "This is what you get, suckers. You're gonna like it. We're gonna charge even more money on your Game Pass. Do you remember the time when you paid $20 a month for your Game Pass? Better yet, 16 bucks for Game Pass? Not anymore, Buster. You're now paying $30. And you know what? Retail stores basically slapped Microsoft in the face. Yeah, retail stores definitely slapped Microsoft in the face. Like if you go to Costco, they did say that they will no longer sell Xbox consoles just because of Microsoft's bad decision making. And if you look at a lot of other retail stores with Game Pass gift cards, they decided that the month membership of the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate that was supposed to be $30, they decided to keep the price reduced. Just to slap Microsoft in the face and just tell them, who gives a care? We're going to sell it for $20. If you don't like it, too bad. That will be the rule for us. And you can't win against us, you greedy jerks. Yep. And that's what Microsoft kind of lost out on, is the Game Pass price wars. Not just that. Yeah, it's just that, but they... Not just that, but they lost a lot of the customers as well. They did lose a lot of customers. And this is the reason why most people will pick up a PlayStation 5 or a Nintendo Switch 2. That's what good people would rather pick up, not an Xbox console. People would say, avoid the Xbox console like the plague. And I know that I love Xbox too, but at the same time, Microsoft needs to get their act together. Because this is not acceptable. This is not really acceptable. So, anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, or if you're excited about Resident Evil Requiem, let me know, please and thank you. Take care, and I'll see you later. Bye.